Welcome back everybody to Motorsport Manager then. We're around 2-3 weeks away then from the beginning of Season 2. We're a few days away from the pre-season test as well, where we'll get our first clue as to whether our insane spending over the off-season is going to be worth it, or whether we're going to have a midfield car again with a massive negative bank balance. I don't think there's really much we need to do on the car at this stage. We're still waiting for the car to be tested, of course, and finished. The HQ is going to take another 8 weeks, so that'll be after the season starts that we get that upgrade. We of course now have our new driver pairing of Eka and Dreyfus, an all-female lineup, revolutionary. Not in this game, but be something I'd love to see a lot more of in motorsport in general, but as is the way of the sport at the moment. So let's get going for pre-season. I haven't done this before, so I don't know how it... I think it's just going to give us an email. The 10 teams of the European Racing Series will be starting pre-season testing this weekend. Pre-season testing is about to begin. This will tell us how we've done on the off-season, so fingers crossed that we don't have any major reliability issues. Okay, pre-season testing. Okay, we get a little screen. Let's start. Okay. 4th and 12th. It's a long old track, 2-minute track. Dreyfus up in 6th, Eka down in 13th. No notes to speak of at the moment. I'm presuming it's going to give us a round up at the end. We finish 6th and 13th then. About 3.4 seconds off Ingledew in the Lucetti racing car. Let's hope it gives us a bit more of a breakdown. Seems to be. Well, I guess this is the beginning of season 2 now that we've had the testing. Okay, so Lucetti Racing lead the way in pre-season testing. Eduardo Mila finishing the session in 2nd, and Eastwood Motorsports' John Stottier in 3rd. It's a shame we couldn't get her, but hopefully our car will be good enough that the drivers will be able to flourish regardless. Testing went brilliantly this weekend. I'm happy to report that we're in a strong position for the rest of the season. Clara Eka was 13th while Dreyfus was 6th. Our designs and mechanics are now ready to get cracking. Improving reliability and building some new parts should be the order of the day. Not particularly detailed. I mean 6th and 13th is not really an improvement on last year, but we should have a much better base car to improve from this year, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Doesn't sound like there was too many reliability issues, which is the main thing. So we now got an email from the chairman. It's the start of the new season, so we need to clarify just how well you think that the team is going to do this season, which sets the payment amount that I will give you after each race. I think we have the chance of achieving something decent this season. He predicts 6th again. I think we're going to take the money because we're going to need to turn this bank balance around pretty quickly. And if we're aiming for 6th 2 seasons in a row, well, I mean, what's the point of this career mode? Seriously, we want to go forward, so we'll be optimistic and say we're going to go for 4th. That'll give us 2.19 million per race. Okay, let's have a look at the car then. Let's have a look at parts to improve. So we don't have our extra staff yet because our HQ hasn't been upgraded. But already these numbers look quite a lot better than last year. Why are the parts so different on each car? It's a brand new car. Okay, this is really weird. That's another thing that's going to grind my gears a bit. If you've got a brand new car for a new season, why would... I think I read somewhere, or saw on another Let's Play, that it's something like your best part gets carried over, or best 2 parts get carried over from the season before. But our parts weren't that low a reliability. Why would you not have 2 identical cars for day 1? It's big belief. I mean, there's such a difference between some of the parts as well. Okay. What's the Black Sea? Crucial everywhere. Okay, that's not much use. I think we're going to want to try and get any reliability changes done. Suspension's pretty low. Gearbox is pretty... everything's low, really. Let's improve the reliability of the brakes first, shall we? 33 days. Wow. Okay. Oh, we may as well go 5.5 to be honest. I guess I'm going to improve the performance of what's pretty low, the engine. 6 days after race, what if we go this way? 2 days before race, we could get a performance upgrade then. 2 days, 1 day, 50 minutes after race. Can we not push that a little bit more? 50 minutes seems like you could get that done before the race if you really tried. I can't believe it goes down to minutes. That's really weird. Let's just go 5.5. We're going to be going in. It's the opening race of the season with massive reliability issues by the look of it. There's not much we can do about that. Excuse me. Right, so we need to improve parts. The engine's the lowest at the moment. So let's go for top speed. That's going to cost a lot of money. We can't really afford to do this actually. We need to get our bank balance back in the positive. So we're just going to trust in our new car, actually, for the moment. We're just going to trust it. There's not really much else we can do. I'm really disappointed with a lot of things, really. I mean, we haven't raced yet, so we don't know. But the car doesn't seem brilliant, considering we spent maximum on pretty much everything. And the fact that they're not identical. I don't get that. Everything in this game is so meticulous based on real motorsport. That makes no sense. The part system is rubbish anyway. It doesn't make any sense compared to real life. But even a new car for a new season, you would design 2 different cars. That needs to be changed. I'm might have a look at some forums and stuff at some point and try and raise that point if no one has already, because that's ridiculous. 16th or above for the weekend then. He's not really much use to anybody. 75,000 is going to be no bonus. We'll go for the 6th or above. There's no real penalty for missing it. And then we'll fit the parts then. So Dreyfus is kind of going to have to be favourite, you would imagine. We just put better brakes on her car and she's still content. And Clara Ecker's now happy. Also, my car is better than Claudia's. Right. Yeah, okay. We don't want it to be really... If we do that... Oh, she's still content. Supposed to be an equal driver. But my car isn't as good. That's good grammar right there. My car isn't good. What's the deal, boss? Switch it back. Glad to see you're respecting my contract by giving us fairly equal cars. Okay. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. It's a new season. We treat both cars equally. No problem. Right, let's get started then for the first practice of Season 2 then. Okay, here we go then. Ecker and Dreyfus. Let's have a look at the setups. It's going to be quite guesswork again. It'd be lovely to be able to say previous setups, but then they are new cars, so at least this makes a little bit of sense. When we run this track for the second time, it will make no sense. That's already being very negative this episode. Got a brand new car that we spent a lot of money on. I'm sure it's going to be great. Don't worry about it. Yeah, a little bit worried. Okay, let's put on the Super Softs and get going then for the first practice of the season. Not really going to tell us much just yet. Obviously we're going to find out in the race. It's just about getting the setup right, as practice always is. Still the same length practice as last year. Same qualifying rules as last year, so I think we're going to be pretty far down the grid. Surnames being D and E with no points on the board. We'll be pretty high up the table, so starting pretty far back. There's a few A's and C's and D's. So it might not be too bad about midfield if we're lucky. You can see our new livery. It's a shame we can't zoom in more, because the detail is clearly fantastic on this game. Why they wouldn't let you. I actually forgot to take a look at workshop stuff before we started season 2. I do wonder if there's a mod to change the zoom angle. That'd be nice. It'd be nice to see our brand new liveries going around the track in a bit better detail, but hey ho. Okay, let's have a look at the setups then. Doesn't look promising, to be fair. 61, not too bad, not too bad. Handling excellent, speed balance pretty terrible. Right, let's go the opposite way on speed balance then. Let's try and get that handling back. There we go. And downforce, we're probably going to want to go the complete opposite direction. That's just mucks up the handling. There we go. Right, back out. Echo will go. Dreyfus looks like a very bad setup. That's going to be under 50%. Yeah, 49. Poor, very poor, very poor. Right, we'll just go completely opposites then. Let's go top speed. Let's go understeer or oversteer. Let's go understeer. Can always change it. Okie doke. This game really does look great. I'm hoping to do a Time Warp Wednesdays episode soon. In the planning stage. On either Grand Prix World or EAF1 Manager. Probably Grand Prix World. Just because I want to spotlight the differences and spotlight how good that game used to be. And also see, which is the point of that series, which I haven't done for about 6 months. Oops, I forgot to bring them in. Bugger. Is to see if it is as good as I remember, because I keep comparing it, because it's the last proper good Motorsport Manager game I played, and I'm always comparing things that this game does differently, so I want to see if it's actually as good as I remember. I haven't played it for 2 or 3 years, so it'll be interesting to see when I go back and look at it how I find it. So look out for that in the next couple of weeks. That's a massive improvement from Dreyfus. 88%. Good job. Right, have we made any bad mistakes? No, everything's an improvement. Okay, I want to change the handling slightly then. Let's change it with a bit of camber. Let's try a slightly different speed balance. Same downforce. And then we can always meet in the middle at some point. Eka. How's she liking our new car for her new team? 84%. Pretty good. Pretty good. Excellent. Have we actually even changed the handling? Looks almost identical. Okay, so we need to move very slightly that way. Well, we'll think about that in a minute. We need to let's meet somewhere in the middle on the speed balance. Downforce will change a little bit, and there's that handling moved a little bit to the right again. Perfect. Right. Back out she goes. Back out both of them go. Did lose a lap because I forgot to bring them in. Hold my hands up to that. But we're already into the 80s with a couple more runs to do, so that's good news. Looking dry also at the moment. Also good news. But it could be completely different on race day at all, of course. We are in Russia in March, so it's definitely not going to be warm, and rain could be right around the corner. Right, let's have a look. Eka. It's an improvement. 92. Beautiful. Okay. Great. Good. Right, let's try changing the speed balance a little bit. No, not that much. Blimey. Handling, we don't want to change at all, really. So just there. Downforce will make a slight change. Just see what it does. May as well. Tyres are still good. Out she goes. Dreyfus, looks like we've made her car much worse. 81. Good. Is anything better? No. No, we haven't. Right. I think we want to go slightly more understeer them. No, wrong one. No, just slightly more. Let's bring that speed balance back just a little bit. Let's try a little bit more towards acceleration. Tyres, how are the super softs doing? Pretty good. Good. Be interesting to see where our car is, obviously, the first weekend, which we'll find out in the race, of course, providing we don't make any massive errors. But I think, as I said, I think the big advantage this season will be we have a more develop. We can develop the car more. It's a higher base, and there's going to be more scope to develop it. So hopefully we're not too bad to begin with, and we can get even better. I definitely think 4th place is a minimum. Top 3 is really what I want to aim for this season. Top 3 and I'll be happy, to be fair. Right, that's a big well, not a big improvement, it's an improvement. Let's just try a little random change, shall we? Let's try some acceleration and just move the downforce a little bit. I'm happy with 94, but we may as well see if we can improve it one more time. And Dreyfus, is it going to be an improvement on the 88? No. Excellent, good, okay. Excellent, okay, good. Okay, so we want a mix of that and that. This is where it gets confusing. So, middle one. Speed balance needs to be back towards top speed. Handling as it is. Okay. So, more towards top speed. Handling around the same. Let's not muck with the handling. Let's just keep it as it is. We don't want to be making too many changes, because this will be the last run. So, pretty happy. I would, of course, like to know how you think we're going to do this season in general, and of course in the race itself. Also like to know if you'd like me to do maybe a bit more cut down version in season 2. I'll leave it as the sort of build up and the practice separate to the race in 2 episodes. But if you let me know that you would much prefer it as the race and the practice, the build up, the practice and the race all in one episode, then I can do it a bit cut up, and maybe make that change. But do let me know down in the comments below. Do hit that like button, of course, as well, if you have enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with the race early next week, where we will really find out where we stack up against the rest of the field. And it needs to be good. It needs to be good out the box, because we have spent a fortune on it. So yeah, do let me know. I'd love to hear what you think, and I'm a little bit nervous for the opening season, the opening race of the season. But it'd be interesting to see how Clara Eckes does in her first race for the team against Dreyfus. Dreyfus is a better driver at the moment, but Eka has a lot higher threshold in terms of improvement. So I'd also be interested to know, hedge your bets now as to who will win that season-long battle. But until next time, until early next week for the opening race of the season, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.
These battles have often been contained on single racetracks. Now, it's going global. The chosen chariot for this is the Red Bull 2016. Brilliant in the bends, but often hampered by its Renault engine. lacking power on the...
Sorry? What do you mean? They make watches. Oh, okay.
Can they make up for the deficit on the streets with their Tag Heuer engine?
Sauber, a team that often I get confused as to whether they have overachieved or underachieved. A team of humble beginnings, founded by Peter Sauber in the 1970s. He would eventually work his way up the ladder to win back-to-back Le Mans races in 1988 and 1999, with the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9, a car that was relatively unchanged between the 2 years, such was its dominance. It was then that Peter Sauber decided to take a foray into Formula 1.